Hey everyone, and welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. Also, if you want to learn how to tattoo or you want to get a tattoo, make sure you hit up ConnectInk. And for the best jewelry for His glory, and if you're in Paramount, make sure you go to Fatimas Grill. On today's episode, we have Tiger. Welcome to Indicted TV.
Thank you.
Hey, you even have a little Tiger shirt and everything, huh?
Yeah.
That's dope. So tell me, Tiger, tell me where you're from, where you grew up, your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, how your inside of the house was growing up.
I'm from Los Angeles. My parents were refugees from Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah. They raised me in East LA growing up.
Oh, so you were raised in East LA your whole life?
Well, we ended up residing in majority in San Gabriel Valley.
Okay, SUV.
Yeah, SUV like Alhambra, Rosemead, Almani.
I was gonna say that area. There's a lot of Vietnamese people there for sure, right? Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do.
Okay, and your parents were together throughout your whole growing up?
No, like kind of before I hit my teens, they already got divorced.
Okay. At what period of your life did you see your life changing as far as like, going to the wrong path? Was it before your parents separated or like after your parents separated?
Before they separated.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so you were already a little baddies.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what did you got in trouble as a kid?
But that time because my sister was dating her ex-boyfriends were affiliated. So
okay.
They were trying to recruit me already. And then I guess I was always been skinny, right? In school. I'm like the kid that when I go for school, the one that some Buddha will walk by, knock me over, everybody point out laughing.
Oh no. Yeah. But look at you all buff now.
That's after it. Yeah. I'm getting tired of getting bullied on. Like losing a lot of fights.
Yeah, so basically it's like you're the kind of kid like in the movies, he gets maybe not bullied, but as far as like your body, like you get pushed around because you're small and then you're like you grew up and you're like look at me now kind of vibes, right? So you used to see your sister with her boyfriend and they were kind of like the cholo vibes.
Yeah.
Vietnamese cholo vibes, right? Which is kind of the same thing like everybody's. Like, if you're from Southern California, you know the vibes. That's what I believe, at least, Did you ever get in trouble like in elementary, junior high?
Yeah, I started getting trouble at during my freshman year.
Ninth grade.
Yeah, ninth grade, yeah.
What did you start getting in trouble? Like, what were you doing that led for you to start to get in trouble?
That time when my sister was, I think one of her ex-boyfriend, because I grew up. You remember that time when they had the cops called the Summer Madness, where the Asian boys in the Wah-Ching were.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was part of that era.
Okay.
Yeah, so right when I got caught right in the wind of it. Yeah, and then I pretty much brought that heat over to my parents' house. And first drive-by, like the landlord kicked us out, and my dad was just upset. My mom like, I can't like, he pretty much said like, I can't be around this. Like I don't. Oh, our kid is pretty much. He's saying, oh, my son like pretty much like, he can't handle it, So he just went back to the country. He left my mom. Left her with a work truck, Toyota. You remember the old like Toyota pickup truck, and just went back to Vietnam.
Because he didn't want to be a part of what you were doing.
No, he's basically saying like, well, he was having like a fall over my mom already,
Yeah.
So with that, and then like, we getting kicked out from our house, and then like, police was getting called, and yeah, he said it was just too much for him.
Which is kind of understandable, but not really. Like, bro, why the f you just gonna get up and go, right?
Yeah.
Because instead of being like, hey, son, trying to talk to you. I'm not sure if he did try to talk to you, but who knows,
Yeah.
Obviously, you didn't learn because you're on Indicted TV, right? So you continued. You continued the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You moved. How was your mom feeling?
She Well, when I got into my first trouble, like, because once when I was initiated, like when I start getting recruited, like I didn't want to look like I was a punk, you know. So they kept pumping me up, like tell me to do something about it. So when I did, like eventually the police they're able to figure it out. So they raided the house that was with my
Again.
mom. Yeah, and then they found a firearm underneath the bed. So they arrested me for assault, data weapon, and like because I'm a minor, I have a firearm, you know. Mm-hmm. So and then I did juvenile. I went in. I did like 3 months in juvie for that.
Well, your first time. So your first time you got arrested for the firearm and you went to juvenile hall for the first time. And where did you go? Was it like Central or was Los Padrinos? Where did you end up going?
I went to Central.
And how was it for you? Because you didn't know how it was going to be. It's your first time. Tell us your experience.
It's pretty. I mean, for me, like you never know what. I mean, your first experience in jail is pretty shocking, right?
For sure.
So I remember I spent it during Christmas, I think.
Oh, dang, you were sad, huh?
It was actually raining.
Oh.
Right, so, and it had me in Borzar. So, I mean, like, I was cold, scared, and so, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, try to sound all tough, but I did cry myself to sleep, you know? And then...
And you were small.
Yeah. And so I was so young, they didn't actually put me in the, you know how they had, like, M&N, EF, all those units?
CD and all of that, yeah.
Yeah, because I was too young, so they placed me in Omega. It's like a dorm.
I've been to the Omegas when this is in the back. How old are you?
Right, yeah. That time?
No, now.
Almost, I think 39, 30, yeah, almost 40.
Yeah, because I went to Omega. I don't ever really hear anybody that I've interviewed ever say that they've been to Omega.
Yeah. Right, there's one, remember?
There's one,
Two.
there's two.
Two, yeah, one for the girls and one for the boys.
Yeah.
Right.
That's funny. You just literally brought me back a memory.
Yeah.
So you were in the Omegas, which is like the dorms, the bathrooms are right there, the
Right.
tables, and
Right.
yeah. So you were in Omega because you didn't you were there the whole 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Did your mom go visit you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. How was it for you, like being in the dorm with the boys? Like obviously you're with the boys, but like did anybody like treat you or try to punk you or any of that? Because there was was there other Asian boys there?
I was the only Asian right there.
Ah.
I think majority they were Hispanic and blacks, and then the probation staff. I think since I was so quiet, they end up giving me a job at the XY unit where, the teenagers or the teens that was coming in, like my age, right? They're coming in for like they were injured from either a shootout with the police or they have some type of injury.
So yeah, that's like is that like the infirmary?
The medical unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they gave me a cell in there by myself, and I just pretty much have to like bring the food and clothing to the other kids.
Oh, that's cool. So they took you out of the Omega to put you in that unit, but it was your job, but they actually gave you a room so that you could be by yourself as well. That was pretty nice, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's
because
I'm gotta be myself now, and I'm free to go about, move around, and then the officers, they're very nice, like
because they saw that you were a good boy. You probably behaved yourself with manners, respectfully. You said you were really quiet. They were like, "What the heck is wrong with this fool? Let me give him his own little thing. He's a well behaved guy, which was dope, right?" So your mom used to visit you. You were there for 3 months. What happened after your 3 months?
Yeah, the public defender, he told me like, if I plead guilty to it, I go home today. If I don't, then he told me that you're gonna still. I think I forgot. It was so long ago, but I think either I'm still gonna stay in there, fight it, or they'll send me to
A camp?
Was it halfway house or something like where like
a placement?
It replacement, correct, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, 3 months for me back then. It was a very long time. I want to go home. So
As an adult, now 4 months is like, oh, that ain't nothing. Yeah. But when you're a little kid, you're like, dang, 4 months is like a long time.
Very long time.
So what did you do?
I plead guilty. I mean, it's nothing I can't deny it. You know what I mean?
It was in your house.
Right. Yeah. So I just plead guilty to it. I got probation, and then I still kept screwing up in probation until I hit the big joint. So you got out and you were on probation and you kept screwing up, you're saying? Mm-hmm. Did you ever so you got violations? Mm-hmm. Did you go to camp? I did.
Oh, so you did go to camp.
I went to Camp Rocky.
Camp Rocky. And do you used to dress like a cholo, like a super baggy?
Yeah.
Were you
remember how-
bald?
No. Remember how the Asians back then, we had like slick back hair?
Oh, yeah, with the
tail.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we were, I think.
Kind of long, too, huh?
Yeah. I think. Well, I think we copied the way we dress, like from Hispanics, right? Wearing like the Ben Davis, Dickies, Ender Cortez, and stuff. So, yeah, like, because I know those Asian boys, they're bald headed. They either shave their head or they have the tails on the bottom, and we had our tail like right below where we slick our hair back.
Yeah.
So.
Crazy, huh? Do you have pictures that you look at yourself?
I do, but it's probably like when it's lost somewhere.
No, but like, if like, let's just whatever. Like, you see yourself, and let's just say you ran into the picture, because obviously no one would ever think that you were like in. I mean, at least for me, if I see you, I would have never thought that you're like involved in any kind of like bad. I don't see it,
Yeah.
I don't see it, but hey, maybe I just don't judge because I kind of know. Like, people change, or like our clothes do make us be undercover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you went to Camp Rocky, and is it just did you catch a new case, or was it because you just kept getting violated and your PO was just tired of you?
I keep violating. My POs tire me. So.
And why were you violating?
That one. So. My little brother was actually getting a haircut at my homie's house.
Okay.
And he told me, hey, we had the same probation officer.
So your little brother was on probation too?
He was. So he told me go check, like, hey, see if he's down the house. Me, I'm not, I don't know why. I'm not even thinking nothing of, right? I go down there to check, and he's actually over there. And then he sees me. I'm driving I was dating my ex-girlfriend that time. She actually was 4 years older than me. So she's older. She actually has a car. She's going to college or something like that. So I was driving her car. And it's not tinted, so he can see, a little kid driving, a green Honda Accord, right?
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so he pulls me over, and I'm, like, when that time when the guys the dudes that was, I guess we call them, like, our older head, like, we were listening to, they're telling me, like, the best thing for you to carry to protect yourself is a knife, right? A pocket knife. So I always have a pocket knife with me. And then I actually had a very small one. I forgot about I actually had it in my pocket. So when he pulled me out of the car, searched me, I went down for a stupid little pocket knife. Literally like the
those little,
size.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the size of your pinky, So they violated me that and then sent me to boot camp for that.
And how was the boot camp for you?
It's now that when I actually went there was Asians, right?
And you got in a fight?
Yeah, no, of course, right? You have to. Everybody, at least you're gonna have to fight once.
Yeah.
And that's why I actually learned my first time. There's segregation, right? Because there's whites, blacks, Hispanics. So the Asians, once we fight with one another, we actually group up together,
But you also, it's a thing. So you guys have to fight with each other, and then you guys become friends, kind of vibes. Ah, interesting. So, you said you got in one fight.
Well, anyone that, of course, pulls up is going to be like a rival gang. So any Asian pull up, I'm going to get in a fight with them.
Oh, interesting. How did you guys, did the whole locking legs thing or what?
Well, if we'll have somebody like hold up the sheet or blanket, pretend about to make their bed, and then just block the back of the unit, and we just fight back there.
Oh, I never heard that one.
Or go where when everyone walks the chow, like when you go for breakfast or for dinner, then you at the end just walk past the platoon and then go behind the laundromat and fight.
And
back
fight
there.
really quick.
Yeah, fight real quick. No one sees it,
Oh shit. What would you say was the craziest thing you saw in camp? And I don't even mean like, just like the craziest thing you saw happen in camp.
Violent or
It could be anything
um
that was crazy to you that you were like, took you, back, and we're like, oh shit.
I think I saw one dude. He's from I don't know what gang from Pomona, and then he didn't get along with some set in Pomona, and there so happens there were 6 of them from his rival gang. So he stood in the we were waiting in our unit to walk back into the building, and literally one guy after another just walk up to him, punch him, get in a fight with him. Then the officer walks over, go to the hole. And then the next guy, like 2-3 minutes later, walks up and fights him.
So this fool from Pomona got in a fight with the other fool with like 7, probably 6 guys.
All in one row, like right after each other.
Back to back, line, like he just literally lined them up.
Mm-hmm.
That fool was down, huh?
Yeah, he. I give him that. Yeah, and I remember too. At nighttime, one of them even came back. He was sitting like this, waiting for count, and then his enemy just walked past him, just sucker punch him, and he got him and fight that guy too.
He was a down little fool, huh? And what did you have to do? Like, were you like marching and like being like one of those leaders?
Yeah, square your corners.
Square your corners. Yeah. Wait, did you learn how to do all of that in Silmar before you went to Oh, you didn't go to Silmar?
I did one in Silmar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think that Silmar is so different from like
Central.
From Central.
Yeah, it is. It is.
How was Silmar for you?
I didn't have a bed. I was sitting in a boat. Remember the little plastic little tub?
Oh, shit.
On a boat, yeah. So they only have one bed in the cells. So I ended up getting the little bucket, what we call it a boat, you know?
Oh, dang. I never had anybody tell me that they were in the boat.
Yeah.
As a juvenile. As an adult, yes. But as a juvenile, that's crazy. That's crazy. So how long were you in Silmar for before you went to camp?
I think probably a few weeks. Yeah. In Camp Rock, yeah, I think I did 7 or 8 months.
Because I feel like when camp, you got to do a minimum at least like 6 months or something, huh?
Right. Yeah. And then I got, all the fights I got into, they added more time on, you know?
Oh, so you're a mean fighter then, huh?
Yeah, so I did.
Down fool.
Well, you have to, yeah, right? Because if you don't, then you know how it is.
Yeah, of course. You can't be looking like a little weak fool.
Right, yeah. Then everyone's going to pick on you or spit in your food or...
Did you ever see somebody like behave like that towards somebody else? Sad, huh?
Yeah.
Like you watching, like I know when we're younger and like we're in those situations, we have to pretend to be tough, but like inside when we're watching somebody else get hurt and you can't really do much about it, it does make you feel sad. Oh, I don't know about you, but I feel like me it does. And I feel like any human, it doesn't matter how old you are, like we know what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That sucks that you had to like see that. I'm sure everybody has to see that, but you know, for like the bully to do that, there's differences. Like fuck this fool up. You don't need to do like extra.
Right.
You know? That's what I think, at least. So you did your 8 months at Camp Rocky. You were how old when you got out?
I think it was 15 or 16 when I got out.
Oh, you were small still.
Yeah.
So you got out 15. Let's just say you were 16. What happens when you get out? Because now you're out, you went to camp, and you probably think you're all cool with your homies.
I went to... So when I was going to Camp Rocky, they had a program. The LA County was paying teachers in the film industry, right? So they were recruiting candidates from the camp. Like they were telling me basically, hey, if you want to get out of this gang life, you want to get like get a trade skill, right? They said come down to Hollywood, and basically during the day you go regular high school, but at nighttime they will teach you everything in the movie industry, like lighting design, costume design, music production. But it's you had to be fully committed. Like so I go regular school hours, and then it won't even end with the after school program until like 8-9 o'clock at night. So it's very long hours. And so I asked my probation officer, I'm very interested and I want to be part of the program. So the only problem for me was I had to travel from San Gabriel Valley all the way down to Hollywood. And I don't really have like, remember for us back then, like you had to be either wealthy or somebody's able to afford a vehicle, you know?
Yeah.
So lucky, like, my ex-girlfriend, the one that was older than me, her parents her father owns a chain of restaurants in Colorado. So her father bought her a vehicle for her after she graduated high school. So she was able to sometimes she's able to take me to school because she has to go to work and
she has to do her own stuff.
Yeah, she had to do her own stuff. So I had to wake up sometimes around I think like 5:30 in the morning, and I'll take the bus all the way down to Union Station. From there, I'll catch the train from Union Station to Hollywood and Highland, and then I'll jump off from there, then get to the school, and then eventually she used to pick me up down there, but the travel took too long for traffic, so then I had to commute the same way back.
Oh, wow.
So by the time I get home, it's almost like 11, almost midnight, right? Going
And then you had to go back and do the same thing
Yeah.
the next day. That probably took a toll on you.
It did. It really did. It's very tiring, you know.
What ended up happening with the school?
I finished, and I just never made the graduation because they're waiting for the end of the year for all the students to finish all at once and throw the ceremony. But after when I graduated, and then I was supposed to attend the ceremony, I ended up catching my case when I got sent upstate.
Oh, wow. And you were at how old when you graduated?
18.
Oh, so you stood out for like 2 years doing that. You were so busy.
I was still going in and out.
Oh, you were still going in and out.
Still going out. I was
Catching
violating.
violations. Like 30 days, or like, how was that?
Yeah, a few months in juvie, then get back out, go back to the school. And like, I think on the last one, the judge, he told my mom, because my mom pleaded for him to give me another chance. So he put me on house arrest. I think I got caught with a weapon again. I forgot what it was. I think it was another knife or something. And then they caught me with because we had to always carry something to protect ourselves.
Yeah, of course.
So and then the probation officer, he just searched me. He found a weapon on me. So my mom begged the judge at court, like, can you give him another chance? So he put me on 3 months on house arrest. He was threatening me at the time. If I up, he's gonna send my ass to 4 years in youth authority. So I stayed clean, and then I got discharged my probation and everything
At 18.
at 18. Yeah, and then I think 3 months later, that's when I got busted. Yeah.
And what did you get busted for when you got sent upstate?
They charged me I ended up getting charged for second degree attempted murder, and then they gave me 10 years gun enhancement.
Because you already had a gun priors.
No, well, I confessed to what I did.
Okay, okay.
I did. The
So if you don't mind telling us what happened, what did you do for you? Like, what happened? Tell us like the whole scenario of the situation, if you're able to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't mean literally. Like,
Oh, no, it's fine. It was the guys from my group. One of them was, I think he's at like a karaoke spot with his girlfriend.
Oh,
and
wow.
some rival gang members, I guess, like walked by and like diss him or something, and then they. Story from what I understand, they threw a drink on his girlfriend, slapped him around, and then they didn't know like he was affiliated with us, so we knew who they were. So from what our understanding was, we're supposed to meet up with the other group, and they're supposed to DP the guy right in front of us, and we call it a squash. It didn't even happen that way, you know. So I got a phone call, right, and then usually we have little hangout spots around the neighborhood. So yeah, they got a phone call to like, hey, they tell everybody grab some tools and let's meet up, right? So we went out. I think about.
I love that you say tools.
Well,
Tools.
right.
Yes, I get it, but it's like
Yeah.
that's a good one. Tools,
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying.
Of course, I know what you're saying.
So
That was cute.
we all jumped in our vehicles, and then we start heading towards
The spot.
the meetup. They left the guy there to show us where the meeting's at. So when we picked him up, right off the bat, they charged him kidnapping for that. They left the individual to take us to where the meeting's supposed to be at. So
The individual that they throw the drink at.
no, they left the guy in like a supermarket in the plaza,
Okay.
and we went to go pick him up from the rival gang.
Okay.
And then right when we picked him up, they charged him in kidnapping just for picking that individual up. So he guided us down to, and the reason why they charged you, because I guess my co-defendant, he was telling the dude, hey, do you have wife or girlfriend? Oh, if you do, you should call them, tell them that you're not coming home alive tonight. I mean, so he's threatening the guy.
Oh,
in the car.
dang. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So as we're driving to the meeting, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just sitting and I just tell him, dude, it's all right. He kept looking at me. I was like, hey, you're fine. Yeah, you're good. You're good. So
Yeah.
so right when we got
Sick ass fool, huh?
right when we get there, it's like in a Sheboygan Park. That was where it's at. So we got there. They were already. The group was already there waiting for us. So as soon as we parked, the guy that took us to the meeting, he jumped out of the car. He opened the door and just took off. So we all got out, and then they're going like this. They're waving us, "Hey, come down here," you know. So everybody.
That's intense because you're gonna go meet up with your rivals.
Yeah. So everybody met up. They all met up like no farther than where you
Like you're
sitting.
gonna do like some rumble shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, somebody, because I don't speak Chinese, right? Somebody was yelling Chinese in my group. So, and then the individual from the other side walked over and he just grabbed him, put an arm around him, and I guess when I took it as, I perceived it as they must have known each other very well to meet up like this, because the guy just grabbed him and talking to him, trying to calm him down, and looked like everything's fine. Because my understanding was just they're gonna DP, they're gonna jump the guy that disrespected somebody from our group in front of us, and we're gonna call a squash. So me and my homie that was strapped, we were just like, okay, we were just there in case something goes down.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm just, with my homie, he's smoking a cigarette, like, hey, it's not, it's whatever, right? We're in the back. I was watching both groups looking at each
You
other.
guys are just keeping point.
Yeah. So, and then I just heard somebody says something like, "Oh, this is Wah-Ching, right?" And then the people in the other group said, "So what?"
Oh.
That's all it took. So as soon as someone else said,
it literally does.
yes, whoever said "so what," I just saw one person threw a punch, and everybody started cracking off on each other. So it was dark already. I can't see anything. So when I turned and looked over, my homie, he had a 44 Magnum on him, the revolver.
Yeah.
So when I turned over and looked, he was getting jumped by 3 dudes on the ground. So I was just trying to run over and scare them off. Like, right, I didn't even pull the firearm out yet. So when I ran over, it's still tucked inside my waistband. I ran over, I kicked one of the guys, and then 2 of them turns towards me. And now they're trying to run towards
get you.
Yeah, they're trying to come after me. So that's when I pulled out. When I pulled out, then they backed off. And then I heard somebody scream inside the group. I guess it took me a few seconds, right, to realize he was telling me to open fire. So when I fire off the first few shots, my homie that was getting jumped, he crouched down right next to me, and then we were just pretty much unloading and right into the crowd.
Yeah.
So it was
super fast, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's very dark. I can't even see anything. All I could see was the flash from the muzzle. So it just flash, and I would just see like movements of people. So everybody that was running past me, I realized was on my side. Anybody who's running deeper into the park was
them.
Was the rivals, right? So I kept telling my homie, I'm going like this, I'm pointing like this, and we just kept until until we empty out
the clip.
Yeah, the clip. So and then we left after that, and then I think it was like 6 months later. That's when they arrested me.
Oh wow! So it took a little while. Maybe did you have somebody snitch on you and things or something like that?
Yeah, they traced the phone call. My crimey, he threatened a witness. He's telling them, "Oh, if you say anything, we're gonna hurt your family." So the detective traced the phone call back to him, and then when they picked him up, he gave me up. So when he gave me up, he told them who I was. They set me up.
Your homie.
Yeah, but whatever.
I understand.
I wouldn't call him a homie after he's the one that rat on me.
No, yeah.
So
guy.
So when he gave me up, they set me up at my job. I was working at JCPenney in San Ena Mall at a catalog department. So I came in and worked that day. I wasn't even supposed to work that day. It was, again, the holidays again. So what happens, Christmas come around the corner.
Oh, you have bad luck with the Christmases.
Yeah. So all I think was when my boss called me, she's like, "Hey, can you come in and work today?" And I was just like, it's my day off. Why she's coming to work today, And
they set you up at work?
They set me up at work.
Oh, dang.
They didn't know where I live because I was staying with my ex-girlfriend.
The one with the car?
Yeah, with the car.
Oh, you're with her for a long time then, huh?
Yeah, I was with her a very long time. I think total, even when that time she left me when she's waiting for me in prison, we were together for almost a decade.
Oh, wow.
So, we were with each other for a while. So
So you went to work.
Yeah.
Sorry, you went to work. Your job set you up. You got there. What happened?
Yeah, like when I should have noticed the signs too, but I don't know. I think the first sign, and I didn't even pay attention when I walked in the mall. My department's downstairs. I noticed the first thing was odd was like the whole department was empty. I was like, that's weird. And then I walked downstairs and punched in, my associate number to check in. It didn't. it kept saying error. That's how you clock in. I was like, that's so odd. Still not thinking. I'm walking to my department now in the where my desk is. So I saw my one of my coworker, and then she told me like, hey, like you're wearing the wrong clothing. She told me you should go change, right? I was saying today's not sales day. I don't gotta change. I'm fine what I'm wearing. So she keep telling me, like, she keep going this, come here, like, you need to go change your clothes.
She probably wanted to tell you.
No, she was trying to tell me. I didn't get what she's trying to tell me. So I'm like, man, you're tripping, right? So she went, like, she walked right into the hallway, behind or where our desk is at. And I guess when I recalled it back, I guess away from the cameras. And she went like this. They're watching you. I was like, who's watching me? So
This was me burning the first. Oh, hell no.
I'm still not thinking nothing of it.
Yeah.
Hey, so she shook her head and she just walks off. So I'm just sitting there like just staring off. Like I'm like, what she's talking about? I'm going like this. What she's talking about? Like 5 seconds later, that's when I heard someone call my name. Right.
And the voice.
Yeah, the guy was some white dude, bald-headed white dude, and then he was wearing an electrician shirt. And he said my name. He's like, hey, are you so-and-so? I'm like, yeah. And that's when he pulled a badge on. I just felt somebody grab me by the neck and slam me on the desk. And I'm thinking, I didn't pay a parking ticket or something.
Oh, come on.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't think it was.
What the heck? That's an experience right there.
Yeah.
By itself.
Actually, I sent them on a wild goose chase.
Oh, shit. Go tell us. What'd you do?
Because I needed time to figure out, like, what's going on, right? So when he told me, like, are you going to talk? I was like, so he's like, all right, you're not going to talk, fine. And, you're going to get a life sentence. He slams the door on me. And I sat there, I was like, damn, man, I need some time to figure out, like, what's going on. So
because you had no idea what was happening. You probably even forgot about that incident, huh?
Yeah, so when he opened the door back up, I gave him a fake name and everything. I told him, look, I know who did it. Go to this address and you'll find him. So then on the way there, I was buying time to figure it out. And then he even took me to buy me Wiener Schnitzel for lunch. Damn. So during then, he let me use their phone to make a phone call. And that's when I called my ex-girlfriend at work, and then she was telling me like kind of signaling like what's happening, So.
Oh, she was with it, huh?
Yeah, she knew what happened, and then, but long story short, they were trying to go after my homies. I didn't want them to come after him, so I ended up taking the blame for everything. So that's why I confessed to it. I told him, yeah, it was me. I did it, and then plus to the other dude, he already
snitched on you.
Yeah, he already snitched on me. He already. He didn't, and at the end, he didn't testify, but he already said everything on paper,
Yeah.
And I saw the police report, like, when my attorney showed me, like, he made he fingered me out, gave my name, he said I did this and that, so he told the detective, like, what happened, and he gave the whole story already.
So you get arrested, right?
Yeah.
This is your first time in the LA County now.
Mm-hmm.
You're 18 years old. You get arrested for attempted murder. And it's your first time in the LA County. How does the LA County work for you?
That time, remember, the Southsiders green-lighted the Asian boys. So I was in there, when the Asians got green-lighted. But unfortunately, the Asian module, it was way too overcrowded. So I end up getting stuck on the regular GP line. So I think the first tank they threw me in, one of the Southsiders was like, hey, where you from, right? And I told him where I'm from. He's like, I told him, oh, I'm from Wah-Ching. He's like, what's that? He said, you from Asian Boys? I was like, nah, I'm not from Asian Boys. Yeah, right? And he keeps saying, well, what is Wah-Ching? I was like, I'm telling you, bro, man, I'm not from Asian Boys. So he kept pressing me on it.
Like, bro, I'm from the Wah-Ching gang.
Yeah, so he kept pressing me on it, and then eventually I started getting mad, and then you could feel the tension in the tank, and all the blacks started to, like, they got up and then went to the corner. So I knew already, right? They're gonna jump my ass, because it's straight. Because the dude's, he was just shaving his face, and I seen him. He went like this, and then the Hispanics start getting up, and they start coming towards my way, and then the blacks start going the other direction. So so they end up jumping me in the tank.
Oh shit! This is your first time in the county.
Yeah.
You get jumped by the Southsiders.
Yeah.
Because they think you're from the Asian Boys because they had the green light.
Mm-hmm.
But you weren't.
Mm-mm.
And so what happened to you after you got jumped by? How many guys that jumped you?
5 of them. Yeah. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah.
Did he take you out of the tank after that?
Yeah, the cop pulled me out. I got pretty up, I was only see like I have a little scar over here on my nose. I was wearing I wore, and that's my first lesson. Don't wear prescription glasses in jail. So when one of them sucker punched me, it broke it. The glass almost stabbed me right in the eye. See a little cut.
Thank God that your eyes are
right
still
here,
good.
right here.
It's on this side.
Yeah, on this side. Yeah. So yeah. So when they pulled me out, and I went in the hole for it. And I went to court the next day. That's when I saw. I think his name was Sad Boy. He's from TRG, and he saw me got. So he's like, "What happened to you?" I told him, "Man, bro, I got jumped, man." He said, "Man," then he told me what's going on. He's like, "Man, you don't hear like we got green lighted." He told me you need to make your way to the gang module. I'm like, "How I do that?" He said, "Look, first south side you see." He said, "Take off on them." He's like, I don't care you're in the handcuffs or there, just do it, right?
Yeah, I had his name was Gray that I had here. He's from
TRG. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I ran into probably my maybe my little brother probably knows him because he was in county for a while fighting his case.
So you ran into Sad Boy from TRG.
Yeah.
He told you got to take off on somebody.
Yeah.
So even if you're in handcuffs, so you took off on somebody so that you could go to the gang module.
It didn't work. It's still overcrowded. So
what happened to you?
they just kept me in East Max.
And Wayside.
Yeah, Wayside. Yeah. So over there, I had less problems, and going when I stay in they put me on keep away. So yeah, so I was on K2, and then staying in East Max actually kept me. And then by then, like I started, when they were like, because growing up in San Gabriel Valley, a lot of my childhood friends were from Lomas.
Okay.
So, and some of them, or some of the Hispanics I was with in juvenile hall actually remembered me. So
they were cool with you.
right. So they know like I'm not from Asian boys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that was messed up. You were probably feeling like, damn, what am I gonna do, huh? What was going through your head when all of this was happening?
Training, like gladiator school. That's what it is, right?
Working out.
But because Danny Trejo came visit me and the other kids when we were in Camp Rocky. So I remember when he was giving his speech, basically he said for him, jail was basically school, right? Like, in school you graduate from elementary to high school and you go to college. He said in jail you graduate from juvie, you go to YA, and you go to prison. He's pretty much saying it's vice versa. So it's just a training process for you to, because someone was telling me when I was sitting back there for the first few days or weeks, they told me if you can survive in LA County, you can survive anywhere. He said this is just a start for you before you hit the big house. So you just have to survive.
So you survived it.
Yeah.
Thank God you're here, right? You did survive it.
Yeah.
So how long did you fight your case for?
I think a little under 2 years.
Okay, so you were in the county, back and forth from the county to Wayside for 2 years fighting your case. What would you say was your craziest experience in those 2 years?
The riots.
So you were in a riot.
Yeah.
You want to tell me a little bit about that?
I was in I think the 18th Street. They're riding, or I forgot which Sereno gang, but they're riding with the blacks. Some beef from the streets. So it don't take much for
A riot to pop off.
right. Good. Since I'm Asian, I had to sit with there's one way to sit with the brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. So all you only got two areas to sit. So it's either with the blacks or with the Southsiders, which is they're with whites and bison and stuff, So I sit with on the brother side.
Okay, so you sit with the blacks basically.
Yeah, so some shit kicked off. Basically, I get caught right in with it.
How did you feel? Because obviously you just like have to fight. You're just like fighting. Everything's like probably going crazy, and you just have like what goes through your head, or like you don't even have enough time to think.
I don't know. It's I think
Crazy, obviously.
I remember I told you like from juvenile hall, I already seen a lot of stuff. I mean, like I think juvie was
Worse.
yeah, it's worse because you're in there in juvenile hall, you don't have nothing. Remember in juvie, like all you have is just I mean, and that they strip you naked too. You're in your little Superman underwear and your T-shirt. I remember they make you put your pants and shoes outside, and you got nothing in your cell. You're lucky you have a cellmate to talk to, but I mean, all I spent my days and nights were just sleeping. So at least county jail, at least you get to go to commissary. You know, you have other grown men to talk to, or you get to make a phone call. Like juvie don't have shit, and
Makes
then
sense.
the staff. I remember a lot of the probation staff. They're gang members too.
Makes
And
a lot of sense.
they're setting up, you know, like if they're Hispanic, they or they're black, like they know, like you know, another the you know the individuals from a gang they don't get along with, they'll have the other kids set them up. I mean, I seen or hear what you could imagine in what's going on in up like in the big boy's house here. Mm-hmm. So
You survived. So so after 2 years, you ended up getting sentenced to what?
they gave me 15 year.
You got sentenced. I mean, you got sentenced to 15 years.
Yeah.
And how much time did you end up doing?
I served all of it, and then I ended up catching. They gave me assault deadly weapon.
Okay, so you did 15 years in total. You did your whole 15 and more.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, after you got sentenced, how long did it take you for you to catch the train, and where did you go?
Catching the train was very quick. I think they transferred me upstate. I think less than a month.
Oh, wow, super quick.
Yeah, very quick. I went to Chino for reception.
How was that? Because obviously you're like, you've been hearing your whole life about you getting to the big house.
Yeah.
Now you're finally almost, I mean, obviously Chino's like, I heard Chino was like worse than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're there. You're 18. Now you're probably like 19 going on 20.
Yeah, 19. Yeah. Yeah, you're correct. You're going 28, right.
Where are you? How are you feeling?
But anyways, I was used to Juvie and County, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I felt upstate had a bit more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then the correctional officers over there, they gave me a job in the kitchen, so that helped. And then it was overcrowded still, so it took me 6 months to go upstate.
Oh, that was longer.
Yeah, it was very long. I was in reception for 6 months. And then I think they had me in the cell at first, and then from the cell, I was getting moved around into the old man dorms, because there's dorm living inside Chino, the cells. So they placed me down there, which is, at least I like it better than the cell.
Oh, that's kind of, everybody always says opposite.
Yeah.
Everybody says that they like cell living.
I mean, I'm claustrophobic, you know, so that cell, it's, I mean, I had it one time when I was kind of like, you can literally, I could feel the walls closing in on me.
Shit, so you had like a super panic attack.
Yeah. So
what happened to you? Did you start getting the bag and trying to breathe? Or like what? What happened?
No, I just had to. You had to just. Yeah, right. Yeah, I had to like try to calm myself down. You know, well, lucky too.
Self-talked.
Yeah, self-taught. Yeah, so I pick up a few tricks. Like when I'll rip out like a page from the National Geographic, or something will have like a ocean or some kind of like forest or something, and I'll fold that up and I'll wrap it in a piece of plastic. I'll put it in the corner of my mouth. So if I know I'm going to the hole or I'm going somewhere that's gonna be cell living, I'll have that to stare at so I won't go crazy. You know, and praying helps too.
Oh dang! So it had to be like forest, water. So it was like that was like your little comfort zone for you not to like flip out. And you just have it in your mouth.
Yeah, like a piece of a.
And you just open it and freaking look at it, or what?
Well, I'll use my spit or toothpaste powder, and then I'll put it in the back of the page and just slap it on.
And the paper didn't get bad by being in your mouth.
Nah, that's our wrapping in the because
the foil, yes.
They give us lunch.
Aluminum paper, yeah.
Yeah, they give us lunch. It comes inside like the little plastic bags.
Plastic, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll wrap it up in that.
Oh, duh. Oh shit, you're down. You had to do things to like help you cope. And you learn these things on your own, or like did somebody tell you?
Now I pick it up by myself so I can. In there, you can't confide that to another man, right? Because, and then most
kind of like a weak thing.
But then everybody's doing time, so they're stressed out. No one wants to hear like your
bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
I think most individuals gonna be like, beside to ask you what you're in there for, like, oh, you get high, you do drugs, or
You didn't do it,
no.
drugs. You're probably in the cell like, no. Scary. Yeah, that's a horrible feeling. That is a horrible feeling. But you overcame that and you figured out what you needed to do in order to like not break even more. Because obviously you're broken in there, but you had to help yourself and you did. You found little tricks that would help you. So you were there for 6 months at Chino. Where did you go after that?
Send me to Tehachapi.
Tehachapi.
Yeah, so I started my term out there, and then, and that's when, the Asians are telling me like, someone here owes they need to get disciplined. So, since I was new, they had me be one of the bullets, So that was my first lesson going to the.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Tell us a little, if you are able to, obviously. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I think he owed debt. He owed a drug debt.
Yeah, so basically one of the Asian guys had a drug debt,
Yeah.
and you had to go take care of that fool.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, right away as soon as you got there.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think to yourself? Like, fuck, was that your first time ever? Like,
But I knew nigga, like when you go upstate, like I mean the Asians that was fighting their own cases, they kind of gave me heads up what to expect.
got it.
Yeah, so they told me like you go upstate, like we all run together, So you have to put in work. But yeah, it's I mean, so I did. I mean,
You did what you had to do.
yeah. I mean, of course.
Did you get caught?
Yeah. But,
Oh yeah, duh, or else you wouldn't be talking about it. I'm like, duh, we already had this conversation. So you got in trouble. You got caught. You went to the hole.
of course, like you said, it's new, right? Because I guess you could feel you're nervous, the rush and stuff. Because I don't know what to expect. So it was my first time.
Yeah, and that's why I'm asking.
Right,
Yeah.
It's all new to you when you hear them call yard down and they throw the grenade, and I'm hearing all the noises and everything. So it's the going through the whole process, right?
Yes.
Going the whole. So it's new. It's different. I never experienced it that way in juvie or county jail. Correct, right? So in prison, the way how they when something goes down, they control the yards. It's first time it's gonna be a shock. I mean, after a while, I got used to it.
Oh hell no!
So.
So damn, that means you were just putting in work. And not even just putting in work, but like just after like, yard down every day. Most of the time in prisons, you do get used to it. But it's super sad that that ourselves, we make choices in life, that we put ourselves in situations that we have. I mean, you go to prison, that's exactly what's going to happen. But when it's your first time and you're experiencing it, it's pretty intense. Like, that's traumatizing, I feel. Something you don't ever forget, probably. Like, you probably already pictured yourself, like, walking back, going on your knees. Like, that's a super, like, you had, like, a flashback right now, So what happened after that? Obviously, after you started getting used to it, you started programming normal, right? Like, or was it just always so chaotic for you?
It was chaotic because we opened up New Delano.
Okay.
Right? So that when I went to that, they shipped me to that prison right when I got out of ADSEC. Since it was my first time getting in trouble, they didn't give me a shoe term. They suspended it and then just kicked me out of ADSEC and transferred me to Kern Valley. So the problem with that prison was it was a brand new prison. So there was no grass, no workout area, anything yet. So as they were sending other inmates from Folsom and other prisons to open up that new yard, there's only 3 workout areas. So Northerners and blacks shared one. The Southsiders shared the other one was the Bisons. Now they'll leave us in the whites. So from that prison, that was just. At first there was a mutual understanding. All the Asians told us if they don't share with us, we're gonna go to war, right? So they did end up sharing, but then over time it just went from.
And that's a problem for sure.
Yeah, it's problem started rising because we have some Asians come from Long Beach. They act more like brothers. You know what I mean? They're more of the.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so the whites wanted to have control. Be like, nah, it started off one of the home. I think Dulo. He's from exotic family, some Crip gang out of right Long Beach. So they told him
he wasn't having it.
No, they're telling us that he can't come over to the pull-up bar. So yeah, so the Asians talked amongst each other, and then from that incident, I think they stabbed one of the Indians at run of us too.
Oh wow,
Yeah, and then we just everyone talked amongst each other like
this can't happen.
we had to do something about it, you know.
Obviously, you guys talked it out. You have to eventually, right?
Yeah, so we planned it on the day, pretty much in day room. Everybody's gonna take off on the whites and during the day room. So when we did, I think we stabbed one of the Aryan Brotherhood, one of the shot callers. So when we got one of their big guys, they greenlighted us throughout the prison,
Oh wow,
and so we can't walk the line with the whites.
not anymore.
Well, when I was there,
Or that time.
it was up until the time I even paroled home. I paroled from Salinas Valley, where the Bulldogs are at. So they had me on the side just because it was just blacks, Asians, and Bulldogs.
Oh wow.
Because it ended up escalating.
Yes,
from
for
other
sure.
prisons.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. That's crazy. All because whites didn't want that one individual to do pull-ups and that bar, even though that guy ran with you guys, and you guys knew that you guys had to share the yard, and they just kind of want to be in power and control. Typical thing, right? And so that is crazy.
And then my little brother, he got when I went in, he ended up getting caught up too. So they ended up giving him life with no pro. He got LWOP. So when he lost his case, he told me like, yeah, he's gonna. Cause I asked the agents like, so where he's gonna get transferred. They told me that he's gonna stay on 180, level 4. So, I purposely kept volunteering to go on missions. So I did on purpose. So whenever they kicked me out,
So that you could try to meet with your brother.
yeah.
Did you ever meet with your brother?
Nah, because every time I get transferred, I get there. They told me he just left.
Oh.
I never caught him, but I kept doing it, hoping I catch him. But
Oh my God, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're a freaking crazy ass.
it is your own sibling, right? I wanted to be with him,
I understand.
I don't know when I'm gonna see him again. So he's my little brother. I love him. I love him. And I felt like, because I
Down for that.
when I was broken heart when I found out he got caught for his case. 'Cause I told my homies when I went in, I told my little brother, look, like, you're good, like just hang out with the homie, like you don't got to do nothing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to prison already, so I told him stay out of trouble. And I told him I told the guys like watch out for him, you know what I mean? But I don't know what happened. They from understand they were telling me like he made a comment to some of the guys from my group, like, I don't want to live in my brother's shadow. So I guess he
Makes sense.
so he went out and did his own thing, and he ended up getting caught for capital murder.
Sometimes just like that, like we don't think, like all you had to do was just listen to you, like, and then eventually that was him being in his brother's shadow, was that feeling was gonna go away, and he was just gonna be proud that he was out. Like, I'm sure now that he's old, like now I'm sure it's been a long time, he's still in there, right? He's
doing it, yeah.
probably like, damn, I could have just listened, and been in my brother's shadow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We tend to do that. We are so like dumb sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
But it's okay. It is what it is. What can we do, right? That's his path. That's our path. We all have our own paths, and we learn from our mistakes.
Right.
Maybe now it's, I don't know. That's fucked up though. I'm sure a lot of young men feel the same way and go through the same thing. So you kept you kept volunteering because you wanted to go meet up with your little brother. Obviously, you didn't volunteer. You didn't get to meet him or be with him, I should say. How many prisons did you go to?
Well, a lot.
What you say?
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know the count, but I know what off of the top of my head. I know which prisons I was ending up on, but I don't know the top of the count. Yeah.
Wow. What was the craziest one?
Corcoran.
Why was it the craziest?
So one of the Asians got out straight from the shoe. He was in one of the building. His next door neighbor was from Rolling 60s, and as I know, to most people it sounds petty, but we're in prison, you're doing time.
Yeah.
Respect means everything, right?
I'm petty as in real life.
Right. I, I can think that.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, he was telling us that his neighbor wouldn't, for the love of God, turn the radio down. He had a Super 3, just kept bumping all night long, and he's telling us he can't sleep. We got our people like, hey, can you check your homie? Like, that's the older homie. He's an OG. He just got out of the shoe. Like, he just needs peace and quiet. Can you, nighttime, everybody shuts down program around 9 o'clock, right? So we asked him, can you tell, your homie turn it down? He refused, refused to turn it down. And then one morning during yard, when we come out of yard, we had to be in our boxers. So they told me that when he came out, he went, the older homie, the Asian dude, he went up to the boy
guy.
from 60 rolling 60. He bear hugged him and started stabbing him right in the chest. Yeah, he ended up almost killing old boy. Like, they had to airlift him right off to the yard. They told me, his guts was out and everything. So, of course, right, the Crips, they're gonna retaliate. So, we were outnumbered, and we were hell outnumbered. I think I still have my lockup order. I got probably jumped by 12 Crips. There's only 5 of us on it because that time they're doing their modified yard.
Yeah.
So Asians, there wasn't too many of us. So,
Wow.
a lot of people got hurt. Over radio.
Man, because the guy didn't want to bring the radio, just lower it a little bit.
Well,
and you know what I don't get? Like, if you know this guy was already being disrespectful, like, why you want to take it out on everybody else?
But
I know there's rules, but there's rules. Fool, be respectful. Like, don't be mad that this fool took this fool out because he didn't want to listen.
We were supposed to squash it, but the people who was, I guess you put them in a position for the MAC rep, they made the wrong call, because before that incident, one of my cellmates, he was Samoan, they jumped him on a patio. 2 Crips jumped him. So the Asians are telling me was, we're gonna tell them, look, like 1 for 1, right? And then at the same time too, like, whoever was in the building with the OG homie who stabbed the black, we're gonna DP that guy because he could have handled that, but he didn't. He took way too long to move the OG homie out and let that shit.
I understand what you're saying.
So that same individual that we were actually gonna move on, he went, during the MAC meeting, when they let the racists talk to one another, he's like, yeah, we fucked up. You know what I mean? We're gonna take out one of our own. Like, he said, we fucked up. He don't know that we're targeting him. So it went to that straight dry snitch, whatever.
Yeah.
Start playing favoritism, telling one another, right? And then at the meeting when we talked amongst ourselves, we put up the straws, right? Picked the name and we told him hey, he gotta go. So when we told each other, his cellmate told him, hey, they're targeting you, right? So he calls outside the prison, called his family, called in, and hey, let them know my life is in danger.
Oh, so he PC'd up right away.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, both of them PC up right away, and then whoever us who's still in the main line, we pretty much got the whole repercussion, got washed right into the aftermath. I knew it already. Watch when we hit the yard, we're gonna get cracked off. Yeah, so
that's intense, huh? To know that you personally haven't done anything. But you can't, if you go, you have to go to yard.
Yeah.
And you have to, be on, super scary mode.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Sorry, excuse me. What's going to happen? That's a horrible way. How long were you there for? Hopefully you were there quick.
Corcoran, I was there for, I think 2 or almost going on 3 years. I was there for a while. And then they were I think what dramatized me the most is because one of the homie, I guess he got caught near the handball court, and they knocked him out. So during the whole riot, when I turned over and looked, they were stomping him out, right? And at first, I'm thinking, all I could hear was I thought who's playing kickball or something. It sounded like someone took a handball, a ball, getting thrown at the wall. But when I looked over, the blacks are kicking his head into the concrete wall. That's how loud it was. So in my mind, I'm thinking oh shit, I gotta run over and try to save him or just get him to attack me so they'll stop, or else they're gonna stop that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna stomp him to death. You know?
Did he die?
He didn't. But what I was pissed off about the most was as I'm running towards over trying to help him, the lady in the gun tower, she shoots at me. Right? She shot at me with the block gun. So I know I'm going down. As I'm going down.
She saved you. Who knows?
No, hell no, she didn't save me. I tried to save him. Why's she even stopping me for?
Yes, I get it. But now look at it as for like, damn, she saved you. What if them fools would have stomped your ass out too?
But I rather them than they gonna kill the homie.
He didn't kill, but he didn't die. Thank God.
The way that was going, for sure. Like
This is too down. This feels bad.
Well, I even because I was so pissed. Like the block gun, when they shot was a 40 millimeter round. So when she shot me, that not only I couldn't even stand up more. I tumbled, I fell on the ground, and that's gave them, all the blacks, they got weapons on them, so they're able to grab me. They're stabbing my ass and my thigh.
Wait, you got stabbed in you? They stabbed you too?
They're blacks, and they're not gonna make big ass knives like blacks or. I mean, not big knives like Hispanics or whites, right? I mean, they're small. They're like little pokers. But it was enough to do.
Bro, I don't
leave
give
me
a shit.
scars.
A fucking knife is a knife. Are you kidding me? Oh, this guy is out of control.
Of course, left me enough to leave me scars, right? So.
Shit. Okay, so you were mad because, I mean, no matter what.
Yeah, correct. Like,
it probably would have been worse if she didn't never hit you, though.
That's why.
She saved you, bro.
No, hell, she didn't save me. I even 6'2" her ass, and then she admitted to it in the appeal.
You wrote her up.
Yeah, because I told him that because I ended up being in a wheelchair for going half a year. I was my whole leg down here. I still have scars.
You're kidding? How many times did you get stabbed?
I think they stabbed me. I think like 7-8 times. They grabbed me by the leg. They grabbed me by the leg, and then lucky that morning I wore a thick sweatshirt, so my upper body.
Oh, you already knew it was going down.
Yeah. So the sweatshirt, it blocked most of the puncture wounds, but I only had shorts on, so. From my leg like down, I have scars.
Fuck.
I was trying to like kick them off, but one of them grabbed me by the leg, and the other guy was just poking me on my leg and thigh. And then the 40 millimeter round when she shot me, it shattered my ankle, so I couldn't even walk. I was in a wheelchair for 6 months, so that's what I was sad about. Because imagine I'm in the hole in the wheelchair, I can't even program, right? I can't. So that made me even more agitated, made my situation more worse.
Yes.
So when I appealed that, she admitted to it. She said that she told the officer, the senior hearing officer, like during the riot, it was the eradicated movement. She said she wasn't targeting me. She was targeting guys who were trying to attack me. But I'm telling them, look at the camera, like I'm trying to run and save the individual in my group. Why the fuck are you even shooting at me? Well, you supposed to shoot at them, not me.
Yeah, but in their defense, it's like you shouldn't just drop. You should just go down. You shouldn't be running to go save somebody.
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like on what, like the way potty they're thinking or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like stupid, like weird shit. I understand completely what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. I probably would have done the same thing. Like, bro, I'm fucking gonna go try to save this fool, because that's what we're supposed to do. But damn, you're freaking down. You've been through some shit, and look at you. You're doing great. So you got out. Where did you get out from?
Salinas Valley.
How was that? Because I just asked you what was the worst prison, and you told me it was Corcoran, right. Where you went through all this shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, where I got from where I paroled from?
Yeah.
Yeah. I paroled from Salinas Valley on the 270 yard.
What is a 270 yard?
270 is like it's one down from the 180. 180 is straight.
I see what you're saying.
Right. Yeah, 180 will be maximum security level 4, and then 270 is like. Right before you if your points get lower, you go to level 3.
Yes, I see what you're saying. So you're you can't walk for like you're in the wheelchair for a whole year. Like you said, half a year, right?
Yeah, well, half a year.
What happens? Like what happened? Like how do you start getting yourself together?
Like I feel like the medical sucks in there, right? So I end up like I think I just snapped my knee or my ankle back into place because they weren't giving me surgery or anything. So after a while, I just like
this.
Yeah, like I think in prison, like if you're sick or dying, like even you're sick or dying, you're good luck, So yeah, it was hard, like trying to. I guess I said like, I don't know why on even before, because my parole was coming up, and then they actually sent me back to Corcoran for that incident. Yeah.
Oh man, you were pissed, huh?
Well, I'm thinking I'm going back for getting reduced time or something like that. Because originally they had me up for the halfway house, the MCRP, and then when I went to it, I got denied. The warden and everybody was like, oh, they opened up my file. They're like, oh, I don't want to sign up on the 6 o'clock news. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And wake up and, if they pretty much sent me home. And then I was just like, I've been incarcerated for this long. Like, I completed everything that you guys have for requirements in here. I even finished my high school diploma, my college, trade school. I told them I don't even have substance abuse or parenting, whatever. Every little class they have, I even took it.
Nice.
So why you guys even denying me to the halfway house? But they're playing mind games, just like bored people. Like any question I ask, they reverse it on me. So I appealed it. And that's why I ended up had to still do the time. I had to end up doing all my time. But yeah, so when they called me one morning for court, I'm thinking, okay, maybe something changed. I didn't think nothing of it until I'm on the bus and I realized I'm not going to LA County. I'm going to another prison. And right when I got to the hole, that's what they told me. Like, oh yeah, they brought me back because they charged the individual for stabbing me. I'm just like, I wish you guys told me what this was. I refused to even come down here.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in a damn hole for another 3 months.
For that.
Yeah, for that. And I had to. I mean, they ended up. I didn't even. I told them like I refuse. I'm not going to court on this. You know what I mean? So I sat in a hole nut for 3 months. Came back and I was just like, I had the worst luck, And then right before 3 months before I paroled, like my homie's like, hey, the agent's like, hey, you getting out? You wanna use a cell phone, call home? Oh yeah, sure. Right? I'm calling my family like, yeah, man, I'm getting out in 3 months. Like, oh. I guess I spoke a little too loud. I hear the corrections officer, he hit his key against the door.
And he saw you on the phone.
Yeah, told me step out and cuff up. So I getting charged for that too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's just always
something.
Yeah, it's always something. I can't catch a break.
Wow. Yeah. So
trying to get home. I guess overall, I'm trying to say is getting home was
the challenge.
Correct, right. It's the challenge, yeah.
But you got home.
Eventually. Yeah.
Eventually. Mm-hmm. You said you paroled from
Salinas Valley.
How long were you there for?
I think I was there like a few years too, yeah.
And that was kind of calmer for you?
No, I mean...
Because you were always getting in trouble because it's you. You chose. Okay. You chose to be in trouble.
Chosen sometime, I think one of it's one of the Asians, I guess, pulled up when I was in Salinas Valley. I had a cell phone, let him use it. When I came back and picked it up, he was just like, it's mine now.
Oh, dang.
And so...
That fool tried to punk you.
No, he not tried. He was. And then he refused to come out of the cell too. So, yeah.
Wait. So an Asian came. He got to the prison you were at.
Yeah.
You were nice and you let them use your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that fool didn't want to give it to you.
No, he didn't want to give it back.
So what'd you do?
Well, of course, I had to bring all the other Asians who had their attention, and they told me like, you gotta take care of him, So, but he won't come out of the cell. That was the problem. So, he just, it's still, I'm a porter, so I can move around.
Yes.
So, and then it's level 4, so they don't really come out of yard like that or program. So it's kind of hard to get to him. And then, and eventually, of course, he knew that, we're trying to get him. So when I was working, going around cleaning, the pod, he trying to do a PC move. He trying to rush me, come out of the cell, rush me with a knife. So when I knew he's gonna, he's gonna try to get
do some crazy move, yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as he came out of the cell, I saw him. I just dropped the mop, the broomstick I had in my hand, and I just took off. I was able to sucker punch him in the face, and he dropped the knife on the ground.
Oh, good.
And then the cops are spraying us, so he can't see. So when he even tried to pick it back up, he can't see me until he stab me anyways. So
wow, what a little
Yeah, I went to the hole for that, and then when they kicked me out of the ad sec, that's when I went to the 270 yard.
Oh wow. So you went through a lot of those little crazy experiences, huh?
It's
What would you say was the nicest thing you saw while you're incarceration?
in prison.
Because we're almost getting ready to you're going to be released.
Well, when I got caught with a cell phone, remember before one of the Asians, he let me use it to call home, tell my family, come pick me up. When they caught me for it, the one of the I think the individual, he worked in the program office, so he was a captain's clerk. So he was telling the captain, the lieutenant, hey, like I'm paroling home soon. Like, can they throw away the 115? So just let me go home. So like, and then I've been there so long, like I wasn't like a troublemaker. So yeah, they threw the 115, let me go home.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah, that's nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you went home. Did you end up going to a halfway house?
My parents picked me up.
Your parents picked you up.
Yeah.
How was that? Did your mom used to go visit you?
She well, beginning she can't because she got incarcerated as well too.
Okay.
Yeah. She when me and my brother caught her case, her boyfriend at the time gave her the bright idea to sell these, right? And then you can have some money to hire attorneys for your son and take care of him. So yeah, so the feds
Picked her up.
Picked her up for that. I think she did 5 years in
Oh, wow.
prison for that. So while I was incarcerated, I wrote to the warden. I wrote to them to tell them, can you allow my mom to come visit me? Because I told them I have so much time to do. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna see her again, and I don't want to something happens to her. And I don't know when I'm able to speak to her or see her again. So, unfortunately, remember all those incidents I was getting into. But every time when she tried to come visit me, it just so happens some shit happens or whatever for some bad luck reason. I end up going to the hole.
Yes.
And then when she even tried to visit me to the hole, I end up getting transferred off somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was never able to come visit me in there. Even when she
was able to, yeah.
Yeah.
So you got out to your parents. She picked you up, and what happened? How long? What year did you get out?
2018.
Okay, so you've been out for a little bit already. You already got the feel of being free and living life on life terms, right? How was it for you to adjust?
It's very difficult. I feel like I'm not used to being around people, and then I mean it's tougher because I went in as a kid, so my mind is still like even though I age outside, but inside my mind I'm still
Younger.
right. So,
I know what you mean. That's why when sometimes they're like, oh, guys get out of prison and they're like, I don't know why this fool's acting like this. Like, bro, his mentality, it's not, obviously you grow, your mentality grows as well, but our bodies, and we still think like we're the same way. Like when we went in, even though we know we're not and we've grown, but that's just the way it is, unfortunately,
Even when, that's what even helped me get done my time when I was in the hole all the time by myself. I actually like make toys from like from the bread and like the toothpaste powder.
What kind of toys did you used to make?
I make my little figurine, or I make marbles and play it. And the correctional officer, like the ladies, they walk by it. I used to be embarrassed. I try to hide it, and they're like, "Oh, that's so cute. Let me see it." And I was like, "Oh shit, they're actually not judging me." So I'll show them like the little stuff I'll make, But yeah, like I said, my mind was still like a kid, so I rather that and then going crazy. So I'm just thinking,
Oh, for sure.
I'll make little toys and then pretend like think they're action figures, and that helped me pass my time.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah. So when you make bread, you mix it with Kool-Aid powder, and then the sweat from the palm of your hands, right? And you just let it air out. Just keep flipping it. It actually turns solid like a rock. So you can form it to anything you can think of.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Did you have pen pals?
No.
So no girls wrote you.
When my ex-girlfriend, she left, that was the only my only communication to the outside world.
Ah.
She, yeah, when she left, it devastated me. I wrote her, so she left. She waited for me almost 5 years.
That's a pretty long time.
It was, and then I thought of her the next 10 years. Yeah,
Oh.
I actually wrote her. I didn't want to like disrespect her. I didn't know where she is, this and that. But I actually every single year, I actually wrote her a letter home, and I knew that she got it because I wasn't getting the letter returned to sender. So every year I wrote her a letter, and every single day for 10 years, every time when the correction officer, the CO walked by, passing out mail, I'll be like this, I'm like, am I gonna finally get that letter today? Like,
Oh
I never even got it. Yeah,
That is feeling, huh?
it is
I'm
like,
not teary yet.
yeah.
I'm a wreck.
I saw her too. Actually, about the third day when I paroled home, yeah, like
I bet you she wanted to see you, huh?
is
Like, let me see this fool how he looks.
I,
Look at your face.
I mean, no, I think that what's screwed me because I thought about her for the next 10 years.
Yes,
right?
of course.
So in my mind, I'm thinking this is gonna be something like how you see the movies have happy tail ending. This was nothing like that. This was totally opposite or the worst. So 3 days after I paroled home, I told my mom, like I actually called her company. She still worked at the same company before I went to prison. So when I call, I ask her, "Hey, is Hung there?" They're like, "Who?" Like Kaylee. They're like, "Oh yeah, she's still here." Like, you want me to transfer her to her department? I'm like, no. So I was like, "Oh shit, she's still there." So I searched I searched online for her for the address. I found it. Told mom to take me there, and she even told me when she's driving, who you go see. I was like, "Remember Kay, my ex-girlfriend?" She said, "Oh okay." And my mom, she's not saying that. She's supportive, so
Yeah.
she took me there. I walked in the front desk. I asked them, I asked for her, So they told me, yeah, let me page her real quick. So she said, oh yeah, she's gonna be down here in a few minutes. So I'm in the lobby. I'm staring out the window, and then I hear her voice. Right, all I hear is, "What you doing here?" Right? So when I turn around, she didn't even look at me in the eye. She's just staring at the floor. And then I was just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I could just see like, it's almost like the hatred, disgust in her face. Like, kind of, I didn't know what to say. So she looked at she looked at her coworker, the girl in the front desk. She's all like, oh, can you give me a few minutes? And she went like this, like gestured towards me to go outside. So we walked outside, and yeah, like it was so bad. It was all I could feel was like the wind blowing. It was just awkward silence, and then she just kept staring at the floor. So she was just like, "So what's up with you?" And then I was just like, "Oh, because all I kept in my mind was recalling back to the day when she left me. Like the day she left, she told me, whenever I go home, come back and look for her. It was meant to be, we'll get back together. So
That's what you remembered, and that's what you told.
Right,
Did you tell her that?
I when I tried to even utter those words, she just went like this, like cut me off, and she just said like, this is not the time, this is not the place, and then I didn't know what else to say. Like,
Hey, you did
I felt embarrassed, right? I was embarrassed.
Which is
I know what to
worse,
say.
as in the way you feel, kind of, right?
You think about it, like, for 10 years, I thought of her. I didn't think this was the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was very devastated. I'm thinking I'm going back to my girlfriend. I even have her name tattooed on me. It's right here on the side of my chest.
Well, you better watch yourself, because we don't want, your new girl getting pissed.
That's why I gotta get it covered up. Or anybody asks, what is that?
Shout out to your
It's
new
my
girl,
mom's
though,
name.
right? Shout out to your new girl, because she's been
Yeah.
holding it down, right?
I'm actually gonna go see her. I got her engagement ring.
Ooh. Okay, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll ask you. So you've been out for like 4 years or something around there? Like you said 18? Around.
2018, yeah.
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing with yourself? Like, okay, well, no, before you answer that, let me say, what was something that you probably still do that you used to do inside of there?
I mean,
Like anything that it's like, damn, I'm institutionalized kind of vibes.
But a lot of I feel like because my dad, he's very OCD and clean, you know. So for me, even when I get institutionalized, like it was, I mean, keeping your I feel like your hygienic or like
Your areas.
yeah, it was. I mean, a lot of people do it so because your cell is messy. The correctional officers, they will come in and flip your cell, or you know what I mean. So, I mean, and you know, like the small environment, we keep it like clean so we have it doesn't. You're doing time. Your cell's your home. So, I mean, low key, kind of how my father he raised me. It, being institutionalized is it's no much of a difference. The only thing we have a freedom.
Got it. I understand what you're saying.
I still do the same now. I mean,
Did you drink coffee?
I like the but yeah. I hate coffee, but
And
when
there you used to drink it
yeah now I need it. Like I need the caffeine to keep me going.
every morning.
Yeah, every morning I do. And without caffeine, like I'll be like a zombie walking around.
It's like a thing, huh? It's like a
is.
jail thing.
No.
For me, it's like I didn't start to drink coffee till I started going into jail,
I feel like
and now I have to. It's like my thing.
I tell my homie like when we're over there like. It's like remember when Goku gets to fight in Dragon Ball, he eats a little sensu bean.
Uh-huh.
Taking that cup of coffee,
You're all
yeah, it gives you that extra boost, you know. So yeah, it helps you like finish my day, whatever. If I need that extra kick to
Yes.
exercise or, you know, like finish my day strong. Like or else I'll be too, and it helps me, cognitive my state of mind too. I could think more clearly and faster. Like without that, I just feel all numbed out.
For sure. So what are you doing? What are you doing now since you've been out all these time, like all these years? What are you doing with yourself, with your life? What's going on with you?
Also now, nigga, I work with some of my colleagues. They got me. I handle events for them, coordinating events for them for Wilfro Club. One of them owns like Dragonfly, a few nightclubs in Hollywood.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, originally I was working for them they gave me a job in the vape industry. So I was working at a warehouse, like you know, like packing orders and stuff. And then my first job I actually got when I came home was with my stepdad. He worked for a construction company. He hired me to be a project assistant manager. So I didn't know like what type of trade skill I want to get into, you know. So and then one of my homie that he was on my case, the one I took the rap for, he he handles he's CFO for a vape one of his cousin's company. So he taught me how to do sales and get into the
Oh,
vape.
nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it took me a while, but because I'm still living the dinosaur age, I don't know how to like you know like it took me 3 months to even use a cell phone. That's how bad it was.
Oh, wow.
So, but he's Asian, but he talks like a white guy, and with him he helped me taught me like this is because he told me like unfortunately I realized I had to grow up fast when I get home. I realized like okay we're out here now you know my whole youth I gave away out here I have to because I realized like at home everything costs money right you know like rent bills and stuff and besides that girls nowadays don't even want to date you if you don't even make money you know it's not like back then like Maritimes were simpler where no one was materialistic.
For sure.
Yeah, so that was one, and two, I'm like, how am I gonna pay off, you know, like my court order groups or anything? So I have to, like, figure out a way to.
Yeah, you've had
myself.
little by little you had to figure it out, and
Right.
things are falling in place.
Yeah, I took any job you could think of, I'll take it. You know, like
Nice.
I mean, I had to start off from
You had to do what you had to do.
yeah, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that's where you're at now. Do you have a girlfriend and all of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see her today. Yeah.
And you say you bought her a ring?
I did. Yeah.
So you're gonna propose.
Yeah, my parents coming with me.
Oh.
Well, actually, I was asking my stepdad last night, like, I don't know where should I propose her, at a restaurant where I first met her, or at the beach, before the sun goes down. So I want to make it memorable, So, yeah,
Are you a romantic type of guy?
I try. Yeah, she cried for me when so it's why she kind of she reminds me of my first girlfriend. Like when I met her, I didn't know. Everyone all can say like what do they call it, right? Puppy love, whatever. But I can honestly say
You mean the actual feeling, not she reminds you, because she's gonna be pissed when she sees this.
What I'm trying to say, my ex girlfriend, she gave me unconditional love. I never knew what that word meant until the day I came home, because she literally supported me. Like for 5 years, she wrote me every single day. Every weekend when visiting came around, she visited me every week. That's even when I went upstate. No matter how far the drive was, she visited me every single week, sent me a package every 3 months, put money on my books so I can go to store every month. Like she literally supported me.
I understand.
Yeah, for 5 years. That's a long time. That's a very long time, Like,
so what about your girl now?
I mean, I can't say her like I can't compare her to my ex.
Okay,
But
good.
What I'm trying to say, like the unconditional love that
I understand.
ex-girlfriend taught on
Okay.
me, I want to.
Like she's been there for
Right.
you emotionally.
Correct, right. So
Got it.
I understand sometimes no one can match
Yeah.
someone in the past, but
I mean, nobody should fucking match.
no, you
that
can't compare someone.
Yeah.
But what she she taught me, or the love she gave to me, is what I try to carry when I meet someone else that feels special to me. I want to impose, or give that from my heart the same way.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. I was gonna say, fool, she's gonna be pissed when she says this. Well, congratulations on you're getting engaged. Let's hope she says yes, right? She's gonna say yeah, right?
Yeah.
Good. Is there anything that you want to share that you haven't shared before we close?
No, I think we went
We
went
did-
over everything. Yeah,
Yeah, we did good, right?
I think I told you a good summary of my whole life in one city right here.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you for being so open with me. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you it's an honor. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.